Welcome again to another episode of Lawson Woods Pacific Northwest. I'm Lawrence, the host. Today I'm going to go over how I was able to purchase the tiny house, my second tiny house that is, and also how I was able to purchase the property with not having a whole lot of money to start with, and some tips and tricks along the way. So this may be helpful and informative for you, and if it is, well, I sure would appreciate a like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned. Well, I started my journey here in the Pacific Northwest after relocating and had my previous tiny house here. And then along came the new tiny house, which was rather exciting. So, some things on how I was able to do this. At the time, I didn't have the best credit, the best finances. It was okay, but not enough to purchase outright a tiny house, and nor did I have the money to do so. So I thought, well, how can I become a homeowner and own my own tiny house and ultimately my own land so I can be debt free? Well, there's the path for me. The first thing I started to do on my journey was to visualize what I really wanted in a property. And I wanted to be surrounded by the mountains, by the water, and I wanted to be in the woods, surrounded by trees. And I just kept visualizing that over and over again. And that's basically how it really started. So after some much visualization, I started looking into ways of purchasing my own land without having the greatest credit. And the way I started looking was online through Craigslist, believe it or not, and also on Realtor.com. And I found this piece of property. It was a little over a half an acre on South Puget Sound, barren property. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to try. I'm just going to put it out there. And I put it out there. I contacted the owner and said, hey, would you be willing to do these terms? And I did a quick amount of terms. It was 3 years with a small down payment. And sure enough, he said yes. And so we drew up the contract legally with, of course, lawyers and contractual deed and all that. And in 3 years' time, I became a property owner. And in that time, I was also able to get another tiny house financed through an independent person as well. And although it was tough at times because most of my income was going towards the tiny house and the property, I knew in the end it'd be worth it. I hope this story helped you some. There's more to come in this series. Stay tuned for more. Of course, the property was barren when I bought it, so I did have to start from scratch. And it's amazing what you can learn on YouTube University, isn't it? So I started out with a generator and eventually got power, which was nice. I had to save up for it, and I did a little work along with the contractor to save some money. In fact, I dug the trench myself to help save some money. So there are ways to do things. And then the water. I started doing water collection. And of course, I made sure all this was legal in my state, and you should do the same. And the other thing is a septic system. I had a septic system put in through a grant that I qualified for because I don't make a lot of money. And it's through rcac.com or maybe .org. I don't know. But anyways, it's there to help people with well installation and as well as septic. So there are programs out there in each state that might be available to you. And all you need to do is put your fingers to the test and start typing, looking online, Googling, researching, doing whatever you can to find out. There are programs available for you. Anyways, these are some of the ways that I've been able to do things here on the property at Lawson Woods. Thanks for joining.